Welcome to EBTV3's presentation of East Brunswick High School sports. This evening we're here for the opening game of the football season with the Bears taking on the Chiefs from Piscataway. My name is Charlie King, and joining me is someone as familiar, I'm sure, with our audience out there, knows this gentleman to my right, Mr. Rich Whalen. Rich, thank you for joining us this evening. It's always exciting when we come to a new season, and I know the Bears are hopeful to turn things around this year. Last year was a little bit rough, and we're looking for bright things this year.
Yeah, they should come out real hungry. I mean, they didn't get a win. For those of you who didn't keep track of the Bears last year, they didn't get a win. They had a lot of close games where they had a chance. So this year they want to get off to a good start, and hopefully they can do it against a tough Piscataway team.
I know Piscataway was tough last year, but a close score.
Yeah, it was 14-12. They had their chances and played them pretty well. So, you know, it's going to be a good game tonight, I think.
Who do we look for the Bears? I know we got Mark Mariski at quarterback. Who else might we be looking for this evening?
I know their running back, Brian Johnson, and, you know, Mariski had a good year last year. East Brunswick offensively had about 250 yards of total offense last year, so I think their offense did a good job, and they have a lot of people back. So, you know, I think the offense could have a good game tonight.
And walking on the field this evening, I noticed that the Bears have a little bit of size for a change. I know last year, the sophomore Jimmy Correa,
right.
I saw him with his pads off, and he's a huge young man, and guys like that I'm sure will carry the Bears up front.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it seems just the past couple of years the size hasn't been there. They look to be a little bit bigger this year, and they're going to have to deal with Piscataway speed tonight also, so we'll have to take a look at that also.
Right. Piscataway finished the season last year 7-4. They're coming back here in hopes to get back in the playoffs. Always a lot of talent for Piscataway. We're not really familiar with too many of them. We were talking to one of the players before, and they indicated that they had a good preseason, scrimmaging against Toms River, Hillsborough, I guess Carteret, and I know there was another scrimmage.
Yeah, I think Long Branch also.
Long Branch
right.
was the other one, yeah. So they're I know they're excited as East Brunswick is for the opening of the season.
Yeah, I mean, first game of the season, both teams are going to come out ready to play, and it should be interesting tonight.
Should be interesting, and we certainly are excited about being here at J. Doyle Field. Maybe in the background you can hear the Piscataway Chiefs Band, which is renowned in Central Jersey and throughout the state of New Jersey. And I know they're proud of their band, as we are the East Brunswick Marching Band under the direction of John Kish, and they're all excited and look great this evening for the start of a new and exciting campaign here in 2002. So we'll be back in just a moment for the Bears' opening kickoff of the 2002 season at J. Doyle Field. Okay, we're back here at J. Doyle Field. My name is Charlie King. I'm joined this evening by Rich Whalen to call the game for you and give you a little bit of an insight into the Bears. We just heard I don't know, it was a moving rendition of the Star Spangled Banner by junior Stephanie Bushyak.
Right.
Another example of all of the tremendous talent here at East Brunswick High School. We are looking in at the opening toss here. The captains for the Bears, number 1, Mark Mariski, the quarterback. Number 72, Mike McCarthy. Number 62, Alan Groschalt. And number 44, Joe Alexander.
Right.
Looks like the Bears had one to talk and deferred. Let's see what happens here. All right, the Bears are going to be kicking, it looks like. And we'll see if we can't get who's going to be back deep for Piscataway. This is our opening night. Beautiful evening here at J. Doyle Field, Rich.
Yeah, no humidity. It's, you know, real nice out here tonight.
We can see the officials out there in their shorts. Of course, you don't see too much of that, and even this big old announcer's got his shorts on this evening because I anticipated a kind of a warm, toasty evening here at East Brunswick High School. The officials, I might add, are assigned by the Middlesex County Athletic Conference. And we'll give him a notice here. The gentleman in the white hat, a guy that I've known for a long time, actually, Ray Kelton from Ohio State. We got the umpire, who is the guy behind the line.
Right.
The most dangerous position on the field, Bill Corton from Glassboro. We got Larry Pierce from Essex College is the linesman. The line judge is Bob Haddert from Montclair State. And the back judge is Gary Barella from Rutgers. And the gentleman up here in the booth keeping the time needs no introduction to anyone who knows anything about football in Central Jersey, Mr. Red Losowitz. And we're very happy to have Red, and it's nice to see him looking so well this evening. I think Red just turned 50 the other day, wasn't it, Red? Just turned 50? Yeah, maybe plus about 30. Okay, no, that's not that.
I think he said 49.
49, okay. Very good. We're getting ready for the opening kickoff. Kicking off for the Bears, Rich, number 14.
Yeah, that would be Bean Patrak.
Okay. Oh, it's kicked off the side of his foot. Looks like it's gone. No,
they got it.
Bears got it. Look, maybe that was a planned onside.
The way Coach Borden's reacting, I think it might have been.
I think they try to kick it short. That was number 36 for the Bears on that recovery. Bobby Mineta. You're going to hear a lot of Bobby Mineta this evening, and he started off with a bang. A great kick, I'm saying, was off the side of his foot. So the Bears start a little trickery here. We're going to put the ball in play at the 33-yard line of Piscataway. So the Bears will come out with Mariski at quarterback, number 1. Number 52 or 62 at the center, that's Alan Grosjean. We'll pick up the rest of the numbers as we go through. The Bears in the full house. Mariski back to pass, getting pressure from 42, and is eventually taken down for a loss of about 1. It looked like number 84 for Omar Savage for Piscataway on the stop. It will bring up Rich, balls back to the 35-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Bears.
Yeah, one name I forgot to mention, in the pregame, I think Bobby Mineta has a chance to get some big plays. Hopefully they can get him the ball a little bit. He had some injuries last year, had some problems near the end of the year, but I think had
some ankle problems, I think, wasn't it?
And I think he had a blood clot, too, in his leg. That was...
Yeah, that's number 83, Danny Facello. We'll try to give you those numbers as we move along. Single backfield. Looks like Mineta. Oh, reverse. Forgot the ball. Looked like a double. Looked like a double reverse or a fake reverse, and then coming back the other way. Thought it was going to go to Mineta initially. Was pitched back to number 23, Brian Robinson, who was unable to handle it. Ball is back, what is that, the 47-yard line, Rich, for the Bears. So it'll bring up a 3rd and about a half a mile, about 22, I believe.
Yeah, that's tough. They get the onside kick there, and they're going backwards, not forwards. That's not a good sign right now.
Not a good sign. We got Mariski at quarterback in the shotgun formation. Quick rush. Pass intended for number 11 for the Bears.
Alex Danilenko.
Danilenko, the intended receiver, passes a little off the mark. The Bears will have to punt at this point, bringing up a 4th and 22. Who we got back deep here for Piscataway? Rich, see if you could pick that up. And
it looks like number 24, Eric Young.
Eric Young is one of them.
They got 2, and then they got Andre Barber also back there.
Andre Barber as well. A punter for the Bears. That's 24 Barber, quick to the outside. Brought down by 88, I think, Rich.
Yeah, we got number 88 is, I don't know if I have a name for him there.
Maybe that's 98, probably Sean O'Keefe. Those white numbers on the green shirt sometimes are difficult to pick up. We're going to take a look here at number 12, Brandon Renhart, at quarterback for Piscataway. Back to pass. Pass is good to 24. Eric Young. Stopped by number 11 for East Brunswick, Alex Danilenko. That's a gain.
I think they got a first down there.
It looks like a first down, yes. It brings the ball to the 32-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Piscataway. Again, that's number 10 in there now. No, it isn't. I thought that was number 10 at quarterback. It's number 12 for Brandon Rinkhart. Handoff up the middle.
Fumble, ball's on the ground there.
Devron Thompson, number 20, was the ball carrier. Popped out. Let's see who came up with the ball. Looks like the Chiefs recovered their own fumble. I don't know if that was Young or number 90 for Piscataway, Brandon Harris, who was able to come up with the ball. But certainly linebacker Alex Danilenko was in on the initial stop there for the Bears and jarred that ball loose. We got 2nd and about 4 for the Chiefs from Piscataway. A fake quarterback draw.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a handoff or that was a quarterback draw there, but
it looked like a draw. He came right back, and that was Danilenko again on the stop. Officials are going to take a measurement here. All right, let's see what the measurement. First down for the Chiefs. It'll be at their own 42-yard line. What have you seen? Anything stands out a little early? We got 8:36 remaining in the first period.
I think maybe the Bears a little disappointed. You know, they got the ball in pretty good position on the, getting the onside kick there and went backwards. And now Piscataway looks to be, slowly churning out some yards here. They need a stop here on first down.
Open.
They're going to say he's down.
Yeah, I think so. Rinkhart, the official, indicating that number 90, Brandon Harris, was down. The ground cannot cause a fumble. That was a good call. It was close.
Yeah, it was. Could have went either way, I guess.
And I think back on coverage involved in that was
Frank Camella there.
Frank Camella.
I think they were he was in some type of zone there, and
he's
just
the
got
deep
behind
man,
him a
as
little
you can
bit.
see. Camella's right behind the defense there, the deep man. Handoff to Barber, number 2, around the left side, stopped again, and on the tackle is number 11, Alex Danilenko. We're going to get that correct here, Rich.
He's been pretty active.
Well, I should be able to pronounce that by this time. He's been on
the practice.
Almost every tackle. A gain of 1. We have 2nd and 9 for Piscataway inside East Brunswick territory at the 23-yard line. Again, that's number 12, Brandon Rinkhart, at quarterback. Moves that foot. That's a signal for Young to go in motion. He's back. Fakes the draw. Pitches it out. Nice tackle out there by the Bears. Again, can you see that number, Rich?
It looks like number 11. That might be number 21. Could it be? Yeah, number 21. That's Rob Ayala.
Rob Ayala on a nice tackle out there. About 3 or 4 different fakes by the Chiefs. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6 from the 21.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Bears got good penetration that time. I thought maybe a screen or something was being set up, but they really got to the quarterback quick and then made that tackle. So
all right, the Chiefs come out here, Rich, in a eye with the flanker and a split to the left side. Fake the handoff, pass wide open, number 24 into the end zone. That was Eric Young on the touchdown with 6:30 remaining in the first period for the Piscataway Chiefs. Piscataway's offense looked pretty powerful there, Rich.
Yeah, a couple big plays there, and not a good start for East Brunswick here.
No, that's as you said, that onside kind of a fluke kick. They had great advantage. That's number 14, Matt Volova, on for the point. Kick is up, and it is good. And that was held by number 96, Sean Mohan, for the Chiefs. It is moves the score to 7-0 in favor of Piscataway. And as I said last year, the Chiefs came in with a 7-4 record, a lot of talent. The Bears were able to play them tough. They started passing, if I remember, just like this evening's start, and got up, I guess it was 13 or 14, whatever it was, a couple touchdowns. And then the Bears were able to focus a little bit, it seemed, and came back and got a couple of their own and made it a close ball game. So we'll see how it unfolds this evening.
Yeah, I think these next couple of possessions are going to be important, see if the Bears can keep their confidence up right here.
Yeah, that first game is always, there's a lot of butterflies. Everybody's hopeful, but you just don't know how it's going to unfold until you get out there in a couple of breaks. And as we said, we thought the Bears got a break to start, but they weren't able to capitalize on it. We have number 3 back there, Camella, on the far side, and it looks like Bobby Mineta, number 36 on this side, and 11, Delalenko, and you see, can
looks
you pick
like number 21?
Number 21, Bobby Ayala. Okay, and kicking off is number 14 for Piscataway, Matt Volova. And his kick is a little offline, taken by Delalenko. Delalenko, oh, nice run back. Brings it back to the 35, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. We had several Piscataway players in on the tackle there. We're going to get those numbers as we move forward here. Again, at quarterback, we have Mariski bringing out the Bears. We want to give you the linemen as we get on in the game. The center is Alec Groschalt. That right guard is Jimmy Correa, 76. Left guard is Mike McCarthy, a captain, number 72. But right now we have under center Mark Mariski. Up the middle to number 44, Joe Alexander.
I think Mariski ended up keeping that one. He pulled out last second.
I went for the fake. Gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Boy, I saw Mariski got me.
Yeah.
So
I think they got to be patient here and just 5 yards a pop here, go down the field.
Right.
We'll take that.
Yeah, they tried to open it up with that reverse and stuff, Rich, in the first series, and were dropped the ball and had a few problems. But Mariski again, handoff to Bobby Mineta. Mineta was stopped by number 32 for Piscataway, Robert Waite. But that's a 1st down for Mineta and the Bears at the Piscataway, at the East Brunswick 46-yard line. Mineta again under center. And the center is one of the captains, also number 62, Alan Groschalt. Very important job. If that ball doesn't get up, Rich, it doesn't happen. Pitch to Robinson around the left side. Stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Robinson had a good season last year.
Yes, he did. I like what he did there. Even though, you might say he lost a yard there, he cut the ball upfield and kind of minimized how many yards he could lose there and didn't try to bounce it outside.
That's a great point. When longer you try to stretch it out with the speed of a Piscataway, the chances are you're going to be going backwards.
Right.
We got Robinson out to the right, Delalenko out to the left, Mariski under center, Alexander in the back, Mineta in motion, fake to Mineta. Mariski ducks under, but he'll be dropped for a loss. Looks like number 20.
Right. That's Devron Thompson, the running back. There.
Okay. All right, we're back in action here. I tried to move over a little bit, and I guess oh, the ball is tipped by number 2 of Piscataway, but it was intended for Robinson. Actually, 2 receivers in the same direction, same area there. Number 17.
Dwayne Schultz there. I think that ball might have been for there, and Coach Boren's talking to him right now. He wasn't looking back at the ball there, so he didn't even know the ball was coming. I think he might have had a play on the ball there.
Might have had a play on it, right. Okay. Okay, back to punt for East Brunswick. Flag on the play. Let's see what the signal is. Procedure penalty against the Bears, a 5-yard penalty. Do I have that right? 79 is the punter.
I think it is 79. That might be 78, actually.
Rafi Denise.
Yeah, Denise.
Back to punt.
Raffle.
Yeah, Raffle. Gets the punt off. Fair catch for Piscataway, comes up and makes the catch. Number 24, Eric Young. Piscataway puts the ball on that fair catch right at the 40-yard line, their own 40, where it'll be 1st and 10, and we're down to 3:33 remaining in the first period of what has been a very active, although the Bears have had a little trouble moving the ball so far, Rich.
Yeah, and hopefully the defense can pick it up for here and get a 3 and out, get the ball back.
Spinning,
Up ball.
dropped the ball is on the ground. That's Duran Thompson, number 20, on the carry, spinning and looking for yardage. Put the ball on the field. And we tried to see if there was a East Brunswick recovery, but unfortunately it was not.
Second time tonight, ball's been on the ground. We haven't been able to come
Piscataway's up to the 42-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Let's see what we can get under.
That's going to be a motion on Piscataway there.
Yeah, Reinhardt at quarterback. As you can see on your screens, he drops that foot, and that's the signal for offside, East Brunswick. Well, as I was saying, when the quarterback, Brandon Reinhardt, drops that foot, it means that he wants his receiver to, or back possibly, to go in motion. And the Bears reacted to that motion of the quarterback and apparently jumped offside. We have number 21 out here for the Bears, Ayala, Mariski, and Mineta back deep. That's Mineta coming up, Mariski, I'm sorry, number 1, along with number 11 again, Delenko, and 68, Brian Campbell in on the stop for the Bears.
A lot of these East Brunswick guys going both ways here. Just looking at
I noticed that when we were doing the lineups before the game, a lot of East Brunswick players playing both ways. Now, is that good or bad, Rich? You played on this same field here not too long ago.
Yeah, I would say on a night like tonight, it's not quite as bad if it's a little bit more humid. But, you know, as the game goes on, it gets to you a little bit.
Wears you down.
A little reverse here.
Reverse to Young. He gets around Mike McCarthy, number 72, but he's driven out of bounds. Well, Eric Young is driven out of bounds, and we didn't pick up the number again.
Looked like maybe number 23 was on that tackle, Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson in on a stop. Okay, Rich. To pick up the ball, they're on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Piscataway with 1:42 remaining. Reinhardt at quarterback. Back to pass. Does just out of the. Whoa.
Whoa.
What was that?
That
He caught it between his legs. It looked like.
It looked like it had to hit the ground. You know, the ref, I guess, had a better view than us up here, but I don't know how that ball didn't touch the ground on that.
Well, that's got to be one of the best catches I've ever seen, because it hit his hands, rolled down, and apparently wound up between his legs somewhere around his ankles. How it didn't touch the ground, Rich and I still don't know. But to
make it worse, he had someone running at him too.
He had a couple of guys running at him. The ball's at just inside the 20-yard line at the 19, where it'll be 2nd down and 5. Quick up through the middle. Devon Thompson, number 20 for Piscataway. It looks like it's going to be short of the. Well, here I am.
Yeah,
yes,
I think you're right.
Short of the first down. Short by about a yard.
Lenko and Camelo were on that stop there.
Okay. And we got 54 into the game for the Bears. Cameron Arshad.
Looks like Piscataway called the timeout.
Piscataway with a timeout with 27 seconds remaining. 3rd and about less than a yard. Now, why do you call a timeout like that? Why would you?
The only thing I can think about is maybe they weren't sure what play they wanted to run here. Maybe there was a little miscommunication, but you know, they seem to be doing all right offensively. Maybe they think this is a big 3rd down here. They want to make sure they get it, make sure there's no mistakes or no miscommunication here.
Okay, I mean, the Bears haven't stopped them yet. That's what I was thinking. Go ahead and run it. You only need a yard.
Right.
You really can 2 plays to get a yard.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't quite understand the timeout either. So.
Well, maybe they were a little tired. You know, the Chiefs had a long trip over here from Piscataway, all of 8 miles. But we're back. We're going to be back in action here. The coaches used to be able to go on the field, Rich. Is that they changed the rule? I know that both teams went to the sidelines this time.
I'm not quite sure why that is.
That's the first time I've seen it. Usually the defensive coach or the head coach goes out onto the field.
Right, bring water to the guys out there.
Yeah, you know, the water comes out and so forth. Okay, we have Rinkart at under center, handoff to number 20, Thompson, right up the middle. He didn't get a yard. He got 10. It looks like it's going to be inside the 10 at around the 9, maybe the 9.5 yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for Piscataway with 5 seconds remaining. I don't believe we're going to get this play off. That's the end of the first quarter. The clock is official in high school football. When we went to that was about 10 or 15 years ago, we went to an official in the booth, as Red Losowitz is handling those duties this evening, and the clock became official. Before that, we'd hire a teacher or someone to come up and work the clock.
Right.
I used to like to do that. You know, maybe we could get a couple extra seconds there once in a while if we needed them. No, we're just kidding. So they went to the official, and the clock is official. The Bears find themselves down by a touchdown. What do we look when we saw that first period of the first quarter of the first game of the season? How would you sum that up?
Well, like we said before, East Brunswick, you know, either caught a break or, you know, had a play set up where they got the ball right off the kickoff and, you know, weren't able to go forward and score there. Piscataway really had no trouble moving the ball down the field on their first possession and scored, and same thing here. So hopefully, I mean, East Brunswick's really got to bear down right now, and, you know, they can't really get down another touchdown here. It's going to be a big uphill battle the rest of the way here. So hopefully at least stop them. At worst, the field goal would be nice here.
Okay, as we get ready for the start of the second period, we have Piscataway with a 1st and goal inside the Bears' 9-yard line. Again, Rinkart at quarterback, full house, hands off to Thompson around the left side into the end zone. Really an easy touchdown. 21, Bobby Ayala came up and took a shot at him, but at that point, his weight would have carried him into the end zone. So the Chiefs, at the first play of the second quarter, go in rather easily and extend their lead to 13-0. to kick for Piscataway. We have the holder is Sean Mohan, number 96, and number 14, Matt Volova, is the kicker. And the kick is up and good. Really a high kick.
Yeah, that one he got under.
Yeah. That looks like some of the drives I have on a golf course. You know, not too long, a little bit high. And no, it didn't slice. It was right down the middle. And I can do that, but it doesn't go very far. Okay, that's 14-0. Again, 11:52 remaining in the second quarter. And the Bears, as Rich was indicating, need to gather themselves here and get it going.
Yeah.
Now, and we will have back deep number 36, Bobby Mineta, number 23, Robinson, and let's see, number 11, Danilenko, and number 21 is Bobby Ayala. Also, number 14 for Piscataway will do the kicking. He also kicked that extra point, Matt Volova. And the kickoffs come from the 40-yard line. And as you can see, we have 5 players, 5 Bears between the 50 and the 45. That's by rule. They cannot leave that 5-yard zone until after the kick. So the kick is off, and it's a bouncer taken by Robinson, number 23. Correction. That's 36.
Bobby Mineta there.
Bobby Mineta. Nice return by Mineta. Returned that, it seems, about 18 yards and picked up the bouncer. Sometimes those bouncers are tough to handle, Rich.
Yeah, sometimes he can't even get a hold of that. He did a nice job with that and, you know, got some positive yards there.
Yeah, Bobby Mineta is an outstanding athlete here at East Brunswick High School, and he's going to have a great season, and he's certainly starting that way here this evening. Mariski, number 1 at quarterback. Alexander, number 44, behind him. Wide to the right, and we have a slot to the right and a split end. So the Bears are in a double formation. Alexander up the middle after the fake to Mineta for a gain of about, looks like about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, we'll give him 2, I guess.
Give him 2. Okay, we're going to give him 2. He's at the 35. Where it'll be 2nd and 8 for East Brunswick. Mariski comes over and checks with Coach Borden as to what he wants to run. Number 62 leads the Bears out of the huddle. Alan Groschalt. Guards are McCarty and Correa. Tackles are Campbell and Arshad. Mineta in motion, 36. Handoff. No. Fake handoff up the middle to Alexander. Kept by Mariski, and he is brought down by Piscataway. Looks like maybe no gain or a loss of about 1/2 yard. It'll be 3rd down for the Bears. What do we got?
About 3rd and 8.
About 8. 3rd and 8 out there. 83 into the game for East Brunswick. Danny Fasella with 17 coming off. Dwayne Schultz. So let's see what the Bears have here. Coach. All right, number 11. Dalenko is wide. Mariski back to pass. Good pass. Drills it in there to Mineta, who is hit by three Piscataway defenders, and the ball pops out. That was a nice pass, but
yeah.
Mineta was really sandwiched there.
Yeah, there are 3 guys right there, and just wasn't able to hang on.
Yeah,
execution was there, but just didn't happen there.
Yeah, you had Eric Young, 24, and Rawls, number 10, and I didn't catch the other number, and they just took a whack at him. Back to punt for the Bears is number 25.
Yeah, this is the first time he's back there. They had 78 back there the previous 2 times.
Yeah, Doug File. Is that I got that right, Rich?
Yeah, Doug File.
Okay. Oh! He dropped the ball.
I didn't see a. Did you see a fair catch?
No,
signal
I
there?
didn't see a fair catch, and
Seemed like the way the East Brunswick players went at him, like he fair caught. They really didn't. You know, if they were there a little bit quicker, maybe dive on that ball.
yeah, you know what happens with that is they're so used to the fair catch and the halo rule,
Right.
which is a college rule, and it's in here as well, but not quite as I don't. And I think it's taken away a lot on the. We want to protect the players. That's number one, and that's what that rule is designed to do. But East Brunswick seemed to let up, thinking that they were going to get a fair catch, and he didn't want to get inside that zone to interfere, and he dropped the ball. Up motion on the part of the left side of the Piscataway line. It looked like big old number 78 over there, Malcolm Manning.
It's tough to get away with it when, you know, you're a big guy like that.
Yes, I think both of them on that side. I think it's 75 also over there where the guard is Brian Butler, and both of them got a little head start. So far, they haven't needed a head start. They've moved the ball pretty well against the Bears.
Yeah.
Okay, same quarterback, number 12, Brandon Renkart. Handoff up the middle. See if we can pick up that tackle there, Rich.
Yeah, I think number 44, Joe Alexander, was in on that one.
Yeah, that was Thompson on a carry for Piscataway.
Tell you, you know, with any sport, you know, football's no different. Get a little momentum here by the Bears, get a stop, get the ball in decent field position. You know, you never know. Get a touchdown on the board.
That's correct. It's at the 31-yard line where it is second and a long 12 for the Piscataway Chiefs. Back with a little screen to Young. Eric Young is wrestled down with a gain of about 2 yards. Again, being helped up. That was a nice move by Delenko, helping him up, and Mineta. Although I never like to help them up.
Nah, it takes too much energy away. You know, they can get up on their own.
Let them get up on their own. They got a different color jersey on. Now, if it were a green jersey, you might want to bend over and give them a little bit of a helping hand. But in this case, white jersey with black and gold or yellow numbers, we'll let him stay on the ground, help himself up. Okay, the Piscataway in a spread formation. Look like they're going to fake the screen and then try to throw it deep to Young, number 24, defended by number 21 over there. Bobby Ayala did a nice job with the bringing up a fourth down in about a little over 10, not quite 11, at the 34-yard line. Piscataway 34. But what do we got? Who we got back here? Deep, Mineta and Robinson. 36 is Mineta, 23 Robinson. Punter for Piscataway, number 14, another high one. Takes a Piscataway bounce, and it's out of bounds at the 37-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. That ball bounced at about the 45. I thought it was going to go out of bounds, but
yeah, they're getting.
That's the way the ball bounces.
Yeah, right.
You know, that ball goes out. The Bears got 7-8 yards further up the field. As we get underway here, again, a 1st and 10 for the Bears from the 37. It's 8:11 to go. Bears need to get something going. We got Mineta at quarterback, Alexander 44, 36 Mineta, and Robinson 23 in the backfield. Handoff is to Robinson around the left side, trying to use a block of Mineta to no avail. He's thrown down by number 84 of Piscataway, Omar Savage.
Yeah.
We called Omar before. He's a big boy, and he's I'm going to take a look in the program just to see how big he is. Well, he's 6'5" and 230. Big is what he is. And he's pretty quick there.
Yeah.
Bobby Mineta went in there and tried to get a piece of him, but Omar wasn't putting up with that. We got Mineta, quarterback, fake handoff to Robinson. He drops back to pass, pressure immediately on him. He's being stopped, dropped by number 42, Chris Lamont of Piscataway. And now you just saw something that I picked up. I know you're smiling here, so you probably saw the same thing. What did we just pick up there?
Well, I mean, I know if my father was here, whenever I'm watching the game with him, he likes when those quarterbacks, when the pressure they're getting defensively to go, drop right back and get rid of that ball. But, I mean, he had no time to do anything. He's rolling out to the right there and, had no time.
He had no time whatsoever, and Piscataway starts dancing. See, now the Bears got to get serious here. Alexander up the middle. By serious, I mean once somebody gets ahead of you, they get you down a little bit, they start to prance and, like it's over with, or that like they're going to run it up. So Bears need to collect themselves and get this thing back under control. They're going to have to punt it away, however. Here it's a 4th down and looks like 17. We got the punter back in there for the Bears.
Raphael Denise.
Big Rafi, get it up. Boy, he can get it up in the air. Taken back there. I didn't see the fair catch, but I guess it was.
Must have done it real early.
Yeah. That was Andre Barber, number 2, with Delanco and number 83 for the Bears down under that punt. No return for Piscataway. 83 is Danny Fasella.
Tell you, Bears defense has been out on the field a long time this first half.
Well, they played both ways, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Right.
33-yard line, 1st and 10, Piscataway. Piscataway goes 3 wide to the left with an I formation. And let's see what they're going to do. Last time they faked the screen and threw it deep. This time they go with a pitch to number 2. He's quick. If Mineta doesn't make this, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's out of here.
See some flags. They might have got someone for a meaningless penalty on Piscataway there, clip in the back.
That's Andre Barber, number 2. That's a 67-yard touchdown, but a flag on a play. There was nobody going to touch him. Once Mineta got screened off there, it was good night and time for the Chiefs, because I can't. If I was coaching over there, Rich, and I saw that flag after Barber was 10, 15 yards in front of everybody, I think that I would probably take the young man out of the game, ask the official, obviously, who did the clip, and then I'd bring him out of the game. And after I sat him down and asked him if he wanted a Coca-Cola, I would probably jump on him. I'm in some positive fashion to say that was really stupid. But,
yeah, I mean,
you've never done that, right, Rich? So you haven't experienced that.
I'll tell you. I don't know what you could be thinking, but wow.
Well,
this could be the break East Brunswick needed just to stay in the game here. I mean,
right. I mean,
go from being a 3-touchdown game now.
Well, it's 20-0 if that score holds. Where are we going? All the way back here? I'm sorry. At this particular point, we're trying to pick up what's going on.
I don't know if that's is that a spot foul or? On 12 men on the field, I'm told. 12 men on the field there.
12 men on the field was the call on Piscataway, which is unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right.
Is that illegal participation or whatever it's called?
I'm not sure what happened there that they called it so late, though. Did they figure it out that late, or?
I don't know.
Someone come running off the field?
I don't know. Maybe we can get a hold of get a word from Red Losowitz, who's the timer here. He's been on the field for a long time. Maybe he can give us a little explanation. That we're sorry that we can't give you a further explanation, but the signal was 12 men on the field, and it moves the ball back, and Piscataway has to replay it, and it's a 1st and 15 back at the 28-yard line.
Okay, so was there 12 to start there? They picked.
That's Thompson on a carry for Piscataway. Did you get a little explanation from Red?
Yeah, he was telling me that it was 12 men on the field, And he was a little surprised also because the flag was thrown so late when they picked up that there was 12 men on the field. But he told me a 15-yard penalty. And
Okay, that's the first time I've ever seen that. But that doesn't make it that unusual. Number 4 for Piscataway, up the middle, big chunks of turf for Charles Hunter. Charles is still down on the field at the 35-yard line.
yeah, Mariski was able to catch him from behind there.
Yeah, Mariski made the stop. Timeout on the field, official timeout for the injury. That was 37-yard run from the 28 down to the 35. That's all breaking off big chunks of yardage. Piscataway's got a lot of quickness. I'm sure you can see that on the screens at home, and it's tough dealing with speed, and they also have some size. I see number 72 here, the tackle, one of the tacklers, James Harris for Piscataway. Looks like a rather large young man. Number 52, Ray Rose at guard. Chris Sorrentino, number 66 at center. Brian Butler, 75 at the other guard, and we've mentioned 78, Malcolm Manning, before. Their tight end is number 90, Brandon Harris, with the backs. Thompson, 20, Barber, number 2, and their main receiver, Eric Young, looked very good tonight. Along with, I've been impressed with the quarterback, Brandon Renkart, and his throwing ability. Yeah, he's been pretty solid. So we'll see, and hopefully the young man, number 4.
Yeah, Charles Hunter.
Charles Hunter is not seriously hurt, but he had a nice run, and then all of a sudden, as Mineta caught him and he went down, it looks like he's going to get up and go off under. He's limping a little bit. Hopefully it's an ankle. And I say that because if you go up that extremity a little bit, you get to something that you don't want to be limping because of as a knee.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
If we had a choice, we'd take the ankle.
Right.
Okay. We trust that the young man is going to be fine, and we'll be back in action here with 5:23 remaining in the second period. And Charlie King with Rich Whaling here at J. Doyle Field, bringing you all of the action. Handoff up the middle. Renkart handed it off to, we'll see if we can pick up that number for you. That's number 20, Thompson. And yeah, Thompson is brought down. Go ahead.
Arshad on the tackle there. Nice play. Some nice penetration there.
Okay, we're going to get used to these East Brunswick numbers as the season rolls on. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the East Brunswick 33. Again, 2 wide here for Piscataway with an I formation in the backfield. Quarterback rolling out. Brings it around the right side. Renkart, he's back up. Stopped by number 3 for East Brunswick.
Frank Camella.
He was in on the tackle along with, I think Mineta might have been there as well. But it brings up a first down for Piscataway. It'll be at the East Brunswick 25-yard line. We're under 5 minutes with 4:16 remaining. Bears in a, look like a 4-man front, Rich.
Right.
With 2 linebackers here, and as Piscataway sets wide, double wide stack over there, handoff to Thompson up the middle. Another big chunk of yardage, looks like inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, make it the 18, where it'll be 2nd down and a long 3.
I think Piscataway's just going to be content now, to run the ball and get, they're getting 3, 4, 5 yards a pop.
If I remember, that's pretty much what happened last year. They got up and then they started running the ball. We got a strong formation to the left. Thompson, number 20, again on the carry. Getting up off the bottom of that pile was number 68 for the Bears.
Brian Campbell.
Brian Campbell on the stop, but not before it's another first down for Piscataway at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, under 3 minutes, 3:18. Flag on the play. Now you see now that I understand this penalty. Did you see that?
No, I was
Okay.
looking down at the
Looking down at
lineups here.
Okay. Now there is a rule, illegal participation, because you cannot have 12 men in the huddle and have one take a walk out just before the play starts. And as you
Right.
saw, there was a Piscataway youngster after the huddle broke who left the field, and that's considered illegal participation, and therefore we're going to have a penalty. I don't know. Is there a timeout or what? There's Coach Andy Steinfeld going on the field.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Andy. He used to come to my house a lot when he was a little bit younger than he is now, and played football. I had the opportunity to coach Andy when he was at Churchill and here at the high school. And Andy's the defensive coordinator for the Bears, trying to rally the troops here.
Now we were talking about before how the coaches weren't allowed on the field, but now they're going out. Is that, I guess?
Now he went back on the field. Maybe that's an option that they can or they
Right, if they choose to.
If they choose to. We're having a all right. Hope everybody can hear us here. I keep grabbing this wire. I think that's what the problem is. That's Renkart's hands off to number 20, Thompson, around the left side, pickup of about 5. It was 1st and 15 after the penalty. Boy, there's that number 11 again. Well, I got to give him a star or a bear or a football or whatever a player award. He's been in on a lot of tackles. Alex Danilenko. All right, we have Piscataway with a 2nd and 10, handoff to Thompson over the left side of the Piscataway line. I see number 11 getting up off the bottom again, along with Campbell.
Right.
Danilenko again in on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and looks like about 8, Rich, from the 16-yard line.
Yep.
Okay, we're just going under 2 minutes. This would be a major victory for the Bears if they could hold here. Let's see what happens. They're in a strong eye left formation.
Right.
Back is Renkart. He's going to keep the ball, but he goes out of bounds, driven out of bounds over there by Robinson. And 44 Alexander was in on that as well, along with 68 Campbell. So the Bears did a nice job of defending that rollout to the short side of the field.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I mean, especially with the righty quarterback, he's short side of the field, plus he's a righty quarterback. He's got to turn his body to be able to throw there.
Piscataway's going for a field goal here, 1:46 remaining. We'll explain that point, short side of the field, in just a second. Snap is back, kick is up, and it looks like it's no good. Off to the left. That's wide left. Plenty of distance.
Yeah.
Just a little bit to the left, and we're very that was quite a kick, but I like it to the left or to the right. When it goes down the middle, it doesn't look as good when Piscataway's kicking it.
Right.
Okay. So the Bears do hold. Big stop for East Brunswick. 1:40 remaining in the 2nd period, and we're going to see what the Bears are going to do here. How would you play this, Rich? Conservatively.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake here and go down another touchdown. Maybe if you get a couple plays here, run the ball and get some yards, you get a little better field position, then maybe try something.
Okay, we have Mariski under center. It looks like a full house backfield with Alexander, Mineta, and Robinson. The handoff, I believe, goes to 36, Mineta. Alexander.
Yeah, I think Alexander's on that
Alexander, 44, who was the up man in the eye, the fullback position.
I'm not so sure. I think Piscataway at least has 2 timeouts left, right?
Well, they just took that one, remember?
Okay.
So they do have 2. You're
yeah,
right. Yes. Why not? Why aren't they taking a timeout?
I'm not complaining if I'm East Brunswick, but
no, I'm just saying let that clock run.
Right.
But I would call it. I would definitely use my 2 timeouts, and they have enough time to get the ball back. Maybe block a punt. They almost blocked one before. That's Mineta in. Correction. Bobby Mineta in motion.
You're right.
Mariski keeps the ball, and now Piscataway takes the timeout. Well, maybe that was the thought on it. Take it after 2nd down because you only had 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we do have a timeout on the field. And what we do, let's talk about that short and wide side of the field. We indicated before that the ball was on the Piscataway left side.
Right.
And on the left hash. They rolled out with a quarterback that has shown a lot of quickness, and they roll him to the narrow side of the field. Why wouldn't you take a guy with that speed and bring him out here and see if he can't, a lot more space to the wide side?
Yeah, I still can't figure that out.
I mean, not that you never run a play to the short side.
Right.
But when you got a guy with that kind of quickness, give him as much room as possible, and so he can turn it on and make it all happen.
Right, and I think he had the option there. He had someone go out also for a pass if he had the option of passing it or running it.
Right.
So if you're going to the right side as a righty, it's an easier throw for you.
Yeah, right-handed quarterback. Obviously, if he's going right, although it seemed to be a run all the way, well, maybe, sometimes you outthink yourself as a coach. You say, well, they won't be thinking about this, so we'll do that, but you kind of play it right out of them. All right, we have number 1, Mariski at quarterback, 48 seconds remaining, 3rd down for the Bears. Piscataway's going to blitz, pitch to Robinson, flag on a play. I don't know if that was Piscataway jumped or that the Bears were moving. Oh, procedure on part of East Brunswick. That'll be a 5-yard mark off. And it used 3 seconds. So Bears got to be careful, though, here,
yeah,
Rich. I don't want to turn this ball over. I'd rather not have to putt it, but Piscataway's probably going to take a timeout, I guess.
Right.
If they have one, they have any left? I think they have one left.
I think they do, unless they took one that I forgot about. I think they have one left here. So
that's Alan Groschall. Hopes bringing the Bears out at center with Mariski under center, and a full house set with Alexander at the point, and Robinson and Mineta to his left and right. Mariski on a keeper. He gets hit by number 52 for Piscataway. Ray Rose on the stop.
And I guess they only do have 1 timeout left because I would think they would, definitely take one here.
Well, the Bears have 25 seconds after it's marked. Now the official is just marking it now, and it's 21 seconds. That means the Bears do not have to punt this football.
Right.
I hope. Yeah. No. Don't.
Yeah, Coach Borden's give him the stop sign there, just to stay there and
stay there and let the clock run out.
Right.
Piscataway has no timeouts. They cannot stop it. That's the end of the half. Was an exciting half. Piscataway 14, East Brunswick nothing. But the Bears came up and stopped them when they absolutely had to on this last series, and kept themselves, hopefully kept themselves in this game.
Right.
What did you see? Other than a nice stop here at the end of the game, and they played it smart down here. With under about a minute and a half or so to go, we took our time going to the line. We ran a couple plays. Piscataway had to use up their timeouts, and then we were really smart and we didn't have to punt the football as it was under 25 when the official put it in play.
Right.
So I saw quite a few positive things for the Bears.
And I'm sure Coach Borden's gonna say those things and hopefully get a little momentum for the second half, at least a little bit positive things that he can talk about there.
Yeah, I think it's certainly an uphill battle for the Bears. Let's not kid ourselves, because Piscataway has a great deal of talent from our vantage point up here. I think their quarterback, Renhart, has a lot of possibilities, and he's quick, throws the ball, got a nice receiver in Young.
Right.
I was also impressed with the running back, Thompson. Barber did a couple nice things.
Right.
So Piscataway's a team with a lot of talent, and the Bears are going to have their work cut out for them here in the second half. But Mariski and company, it looks like a never say die outfit unit this year, and we're hopeful they can put it together, Rich.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I know the coaches, nobody likes to be behind, but sometimes that's the way it comes. We're going to have the East Brunswick Marching Band is going to be on the field in just a minute. And so we're going to step away for a second, but I do want to announce the cheerleading captains. Help me out here, Rich. I don't read very well.
Lindsay Vyman.
Lindsay Vyman and
Kaylee Russo.
Kaylee Russo are the cheerleading captains this year, and we certainly want to thank Lynn Adams, their coach, and the outstanding work that the cheerleaders do every game, and sometimes with little recognition, but they're always bring forth the best in East Brunswick when they step on, if it's in the gym or out here at the football field. So the Bears marching band is going to take over here in just a second. We're going to step away, and we'll be back for the start of the second period in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the halftime performance of the East Brunswick High School Marching Bears.
Welcome back to East Brunswick High School. Rich Whalen, my partner, along with Jolly King, trying to give you a few highlights of the first half here at East Brunswick and bring you up on some action in sports at the high school here today. I know Athletic Director Frank Knoppenberger stopped by before and said all the Bears won today. They had a full slate of events, boys, girls soccer obviously won. We had cross country, boys and girls victorious. And I know you just got a little, some of the field hockey girls just stopped in here and gave us an update of their game today against Westfield.
Yeah, the three enthusiastic field hockey girls want to be mentioned. East Brunswick beat Westfield 2-0. So that was a nice win for them there. They just got back now, actually.
And so probably a little bit of traffic coming back this way. So we got boys and girls soccer's winning and cross country beating South Brunswick, field hockey beating Westfield. Also the girls tennis team is off to a 3-1 start and have Old Bridge here, I think, on their next one. I'm looking ahead here for the Bears. Both teams are back on the field, and will be a couple of minutes, and we'll be underway here with the second half. But I'm looking ahead to next week for the Bears. The Bears are home again next week, next Friday night at 7 o'clock versus Edison. The Edison Eagles come into J. Doyle Field, and I was talking to one of the officials here at halftime, and he had the scrimmage with Edison and Long Branch or someone down to the shore, and said that Edison was struggling to put it together. So the Bears can look forward to feasting on the Eagle, possibly. Hopefully. Okay. And after that, the Bears are on the road the following week at J.P. Stevens. If we're going to accept what the News Tribune had to say today, Stevens is ranked up there, I think, third or fourth.
Yep.
Rich, if I saw
yeah,
that.
they're up there.
And it's got some talent back, and then the Bears will host Sayreville here on October the 4th, and Sayreville is probably the best team in Middlesex County.
They're going to be one of the top teams here. So
and they were certainly one of the premier teams in the county last year.
Right.
So that is on October the 4th, and then the Bears are away at Woodbridge. Back here on the 18th of October at 7 p.m. against Bishop R. And I know that I'll have the pleasure of being here that evening as well. Then they're away at South Brunswick on the 1st of November. Home against Perth Amboy on the 8th. And then Thanksgiving at Old Bridge this year at 11 a.m. So after this evening, the Bears home again next week against Edison, and we trust that you will join us here on TV3. TV3 is very happy and proud to bring East Brunswick athletics to the residents, an opportunity to see some of the fine young men and women that put on the uniform here at East Brunswick. It's always proud to be a part of an athletic team. And certainly there's been a lot of tradition here, winning tradition at East Brunswick for a long, long time. So we're proud at TV3 to be a part of it, and we hope that our spectators and fans enjoy the telecast brought to the community by Channel 3. So Rich, we're getting underway here. We got the Piscataway is going to kick to the Bears. That's number 14, Matt Volvilla, kicking off back deep for East Brunswick. Mineta and Robinson. It's going to be taken by 36. Mineta brings it up the middle. Looks like Bobby Mineta brings it back across the 35-yard line. Looked like he was stopped by number 45, Paul Kaguska. For Piscataway. It's 1st and 10 for East Brunswick at the 31-yard line. All right, the Bears will come out with Mariski at quarterback, number 1, 44, Alexander. 3 wide to the left, Mineta, Robinson,
And Danilenko. There we go.
We're both having trouble with that name tonight. It's an easy one to pronounce, but we have Mariski on the keeper, ahead for a short gain for the Bears. It looks like about 3, maybe 4 yards across the 35 to almost 36-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 6.
You know, they always say in basketball, the first possession, you know, the first couple minutes after halftime are big here. Same thing here for the Bears here. Let's see if they can put together a nice little drive here.
Bears need to hold on to the ball and put a drive together up the middle with Alexander, 44. Looks like he's a little short of the 40-yard line and probably be marked around the 39. Last one up off the pile over there is number 75 for Piscataway.
Yeah, that's Brian Butler.
No, it's 75, Stephen Buchlar. I believe I have. I'm looking at the wrong roster. Thank you very much. Brian Butler, number 75 on the stop. Sorry about that. 3rd down and 3 yards to go for East Brunswick. Mariski under center, full house in the backfield. Hand off to Robinson around the left side.
Looks like he's got enough for a first down
I think it's going to be first down for the Bears. They haven't given a signal yet, but it looks good from here. First down, East Brunswick. As you said, that first down of the second half can be big, building a little momentum here. The ball is marked at the 37-yard line. That was Robinson around the left side. He was not forced out of bounds, kept it inside, and make that the 42-yard line for the Bears. 1st and 10. Mariski under center, I formation wide to the right. Mariski on the keeper around the right side.
Looked like Chris Lamont on the tackle there for Piscataway.
Yeah, I was trying to pick that up. Thank you. If you'll pick some of those up, that'll help me out.
No problem.
Rest these old eyes here. Number 17 into the game for the Bears, Dwayne Schultz. Okay, Schultz will come wide, number 17, wide to the right. We got Mineta wide to the left. Fullback is Alexander. Robinson at the halfback position. Mariski calling signals. Keeps the ball. There goes Mariski. That's what we're looking for. Mariski around the left side. Cross midfield into Piscataway territory. He brings the ball up close to the 41-yard line. Make that, it'll be marked at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Good job that play right there. Offensive line got off the ball nicely and gave Mariski a nice hole.
He sure did. Danilenko brings the play in, and Danilenko will be wide to the right. Looks like a full house backfield. 44 Alexander, Robinson, and Mineta. Robinson on the carry. Robinson is on his feet, spins, breaks another tackle. Bears have some renewed spirit here. That was number 32 on the tackle of Robinson.
Calvin Lamont
for Piscataway, but not before Robinson picks up a first down and then some.
Like you said, Charlie, I mean, you just look at the body language here by the Bears. They got some life in them now.
Whole new attitude by the Bears. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line with 8:08 remaining in the 3rd period. Okay, we have a full house again. Handoff. No, hang on to the ball. Okay, that was Bobby Mineta, who was stopped short of the original line of scrimmage. It looked like it'd be a loss of about 1, Rich.
Yeah, Brandon Harris got him. Then I think 3 or 4 other Chiefs just helped them out there.
A lot of pressure on that Chiefs defensive line, those linebackers come up and close pretty quickly.
Yeah, they pursued the ball right there, and you know, Mineta tried to turn it up, but there was all white jerseys in front of them there. So let's see what the Bears can do now. About 2nd and 12 here.
Okay, Mariski under center, full house, split to the left. Pitch. Bobby Mineta just gets an ankle tackle there. He was gone.
That could, yeah.
He was gone.
It was going to be a foot race between him and number 32 on Piscataway, Lamont. And I don't think he had the angle to stop him, like you said.
Andre Barber just got a piece of Bobby Mineta's ankle and was able to drag him down. A gain of 1 or 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Bears from the 30-yard line. Oh, I could see Mineta in the end zone. And there goes, he got tripped. Okay.
This is a tough decision here. I don't know. I guess you kind of play this as 2-down territory here and maybe, you know, run the ball again, but.
Try to get half of it
right.
And then get the next half. Okay, back to pass. Pass is off the hands of number 17, Dwayne Schultz. Just off his hands. Nice pass by Mariski. I thought, you know, what I'm seeing here is every time Mariski goes back, and we haven't thrown that often, he's got people in his face from all sides. Now, that offensive line's got to block somebody.
You're right.
I don't want to sound critical here, but goodness gracious, he doesn't have time to breathe back there.
I like what they're doing here, putting him in shotgun, give him a little bit more time.
Yep, good. Steps up. They got some.
Oh, he had him. You're right.
Intended for Mineta.
A little bit behind him.
You know, and I was critical of the offensive line just then, before that, but that time they gave Mineta the time to throw the football, unable to connect with Mineta, and nice blocking that time by number 72, McCarty, and I was looking at Brian Campbell, number 68, along with Jimmy Correa, and they did an outstanding job right there on that play. Unfortunately, Bears were not able to connect. 1st and 10 for Piscataway at the 30-yard line. Piscataway is in a I formation, split to the right. Stopped by...
Looked like number 23 by the Bears there.
Number 23, Robinson on the stop of...
Rankart.
Rankart, the quarterback, number 12.
I think that might have been something at the line of scrimmage there by the quarterback. Just saw a hole in the middle and just kept him himself.
And just took off. Okay, that was a gain of about 6, 2nd and 4 from the 36-yard line. Rankart under center. Throws the football. He was still on the run, a little bit short, incomplete. We have... It looks like number 90, Brandon Harris. He was pounding on the ground. He couldn't have caught that ball if he was open.
Right.
Maybe that's why he was frustrated. The pass was a little bit short. The Bears were putting a little bit of pressure on Brandon Rankart.
Yeah, Mariski got good pressure there and made him get rid of it a little bit earlier than he wanted there.
Right. So we have brings up a 3rd and 4 for Piscataway. Be a big hold here for the Bears if they can do it. Back to pass goes Rankart, setting up the screen. Middle screen to Thompson, who was outside. Yeah. Knocked out of bounds by number 21, Bobby Ayala. But not before the Chiefs pick up a big 1st down. A gain of, looks like about 25 yards for Piscataway into East Brunswick territory. I'm trying to see where they're going to mark it because he was out of bounds. Make it the East Brunswick 41-yard line. Nice pass.
Nice block. Did you see that block?
Yeah, it was a great block as well on that screen. I always liked that middle screen, although I watched it the other night when the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys, and it was intercepted by Dallas. Probably the only thing Dallas did all game. I was rooting for Houston, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But handoff here up the middle to Andre Barber, number 2.
Hey, I thought Robinson had a chance at him there, and he just kind of cut back real quickly.
Number 23, Mariski in on a stop, along with number 3, Frank Camella. That defensive backs are making far too many tackles.
Right, that's not a good sign when your defensive backs are, like you said, making a lot of tackles.
Officials' time, it looked like there's an equipment problem. Frank Camella, number 3, his chin strap must have broke on that one. And so he's going to be replaced by Brian Ackerman, number 27, onto the field for the Bears. Actually, the officials usually stop the clock and let them fix that if it's fixable. Under center, Renkart handing off to number 2, Andre Barber, around the Piscataway right side. Who made that stop, Rich? 72 getting up off the bottom of that pile.
Alexander helped out a little bit also there.
Alexander and Mike McCarty combining on the tackle. It'll gain of about 6 yards. Make it 5.5, I guess. The ball's at the 23.5 yard line. I formation for Piscataway, split to the left. Motion, back across, handoff up the middle. That's
Mariski on the stop there.
Mariski on the stop. Looked like Thompson on the carry. If I got the right number, I think I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Number 20. First down for Piscataway. Bears got to tighten up here, Rich.
Yeah, Kamala got his, looks like he got his chin strap back on. He's back in there.
Replacing Ackerman. Split to the left, and I got a wide out on the right. We're going to run the ball up the middle. Nice stop there by number 11 for the Bears.
Danilenko and Campbell helped them out a little bit also there.
Danilenko and Campbell, we've mentioned those names repeatedly this evening on the defensive side for East Brunswick, both playing outstanding games. Were able to shut Piscataway down for a gain of about 1, maybe 1.5. The ball is placed. Can you see what that is, Rich?
It looks like the 17-yard line. Yeah, 16, 17-yard line.
Yeah. Okay, under back, pitch out to Barber, around the left side. Stopped by number 3.
Camella.
Frank Camella, good thing he got that chin strap fixed. He made a nice play there. Their first down, Rich.
That's going to bring about a 3rd and 2 here. So this is a big play here for the Bears D. See if they can stop him.
3rd and about 1.5. We have 37 Chris Riccio into the game for the Bears to try to put a little more beef in the front of that East Brunswick line. Okay, let's see what we're going to have here. Piscataway wide, 2 wides to the right, quarterback sneak.
That's a tough call there. They had almost 2 yards to go. It's tough to get, you know, 1.5 yards, 2 yards with a QB sneak. But they tried it there.
Renko, yeah, especially with all that speed. He's got timeout, official timeout for a measurement. So it's obviously very close over there. It'll depend on the spot. Chains.
I'm going to take a guess here and say they're about a football short at least here.
Football short. Okay, let's see what it looks like here. All right, let's see.
Yeah,
I did it again, Rich.
Yeah, they were short about a 1/2 yard there, so.
Okay. It'll bring up a 4th and about less than 1 yard for Piscataway. You don't want to give them the first down, but the biggest thing is you don't want to give them the touchdown here. The ball's on about the 5 or 6 yard line. Under center, handoff up the middle, pushes it outside, up and over. Number 20, that is Devron Thompson for Piscataway, bringing the score Piscataway 20, East Brunswick nothing. with 2:03 remaining in the third period.
I think that's his second touchdown tonight, along with Eric Young has one also.
I don't know. Thompson, I don't know how big he is. I'm going to check the roster here. They have him 6 foot 205 pounds. And he's quick.
Yeah,
that's
especially
a nice,
high school player. You know, that's
a nice running back.
You're right.
Okay, we are on for the extra point. Is number 14 Matt Bolova out of the hold of number 96 Sean Mohan. Kick is up and it is good. He's got a powerful leg.
Yeah, you got a hold of that one right there.
He didn't elevate that ball that much. He just pounded that one through. 21-0 in favor of the Piscataway Chiefs. Rich, the Bears need to really kind of do some soul searching here. They came out at the end of the half here and had a lot of enthusiasm, which we noticed as they marched the ball, moved the ball down the field.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're stopped about their Piscataway 30-yard line or so and turned it over on downs. Piscataway gets the ball back, marches it down the field some 70 yards or around 70 yards for the touchdown. And some nice plays on the part of East Brunswick, but they were unable to stop the speed and the quickness demonstrated by Piscataway. So the Bears need to suck it up here.
Yeah, this is important. You know, also have good leadership on your team. You know, you're down 21-0. It doesn't look too good that you're going to win the game, but at least for, you know, if they can't win this game tonight, at least get some positive things going for next week, you know. So you got to keep playing here and, you know, see what you can do.
Okay, Matt Bolavia on the punt or kickoff for Piscataway. Back deep for the Bears is Manetto.
Yeah, it looked like Manetta there.
Flag on the play. What is that? He can go back in the end zone.
I would think they unless it's a new rule in high school, when you catch it in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback. I don't understand that.
I think that must be it because he certainly stepped back into the end zone.
It doesn't make too much sense to me having that rule, though. Personal foul here on the Chiefs.
Personal foul against Piscataway. It happened right here about the 20-yard line from what I could see. But I'm trying to understand why that. There is a rule. There is a rule that the ball goes into the end zone. In high school, it's automatically a dead ball and it comes out to the 20. I remember that. I'm not sure I agree with it, but that's the rule. All right, the Bears will have the ball at their own 35-yard line after the penalty. Mariski keeps the ball, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then is taken down by a host of Piscataway defenders. I think that was my friend Omar Savage again.
Yeah, he was
on
in
that
on
side.
that again.
Yeah,
Yep.
He was in there. I think I might have to talk to him about coming to East Brunswick. Omar's got a lot of size and a lot of quickness. And Mariski, I think, got the worst of that. But
got to continue to play here, though, Bears.
that's correct. Okay, number 62, Alan Groschall leading the Bears out, our offensive center. Mariski under center, back to pass, throws the ball intended for Robinson, incomplete, defended by number 10 for Piscataway.
Yeah, Craig Rawls.
Greg Rolls.
Again, Mariski took a big hit there right as he let go of the ball.
He's not getting much time to deliver that football. Number 83, Danny Fasella into the game for East Brunswick. Bears back up to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right side of the offense. Mariski takes the block. Nice block there by Alexander. The official calls it a. Can you imagine that? And that's a lousy call. Nice touchdown pass Bobby Mineta. Unfortunately, it's going to come back. Alexander.
Did he call that on
Yeah,
Alexander?
he called it on Alexander. He called it on Alexander, and let me just tell you, folks, I saw that all the way, and that stinks. That was not a good call. What happened was Alexander came in and made a nice block on him, hit him about waist high and came down on him. Legal block, and the Piscataway defender pushed him, and he was going down to the ground. There was no holding, there was nothing. Mr. Official, he missed that one.
Right. Tell you, Coach Boren's pretty calm over there, but if I was in his position right now, I wouldn't be too happy with that. That's
I certainly saw that from our angle here. It was absolutely clean, but we'll see what. We'll watch it again sometime on the tape, and I will apologize if I am overstepping my bounds here. So Mariski is back in there, and let's see if the Bears can do it again. And the shotgun. Snap is way over his head. Penalty on the part of all over the flags.
Yeah,
all it was
the
a
whole
lot
right
of
side of the line was going
movement.
there.
It looked like a procedure. It is against East Brunswick. So the Bears were cheering and excited to get back in the game a little bit, or at least to get a score up on the board. Penalty moves it back. They look a little unnerved at this point. They need to settle down and put it back together.
Yeah.
All right, we got Dwayne Schultz, number 17, into the game for Danilenko. He's wide to the left. Matter of fact, we'll have two wide to the left. Mineta on the handoff up the middle. Alexander on the carry. Stopped by the middle of Piscataway. It looked like 42 for Piscataway, Rich.
Yeah, number 42, Chris
Lamont.
Lamont.
Yeah, he's been in on a series of tackles tonight. And he made the stop on that one. It'll bring up a fourth down for the Bears and a mile. The ball is back to the 10-yard line, and the first down is out here at the 45. That's about 35 yards to go. Piscataway on the block, knocked the kicker down, a flag. That's the end of the third quarter, but we're going to hold it right here because obviously the penalty was against Piscataway for running into the kicker. Can you see what they're going to do? The officials are huddling around having a conversation. Certainly the penalty was thrown.
Right, I don't think he got a piece of that, did he?
Running into the kicker. First down, they call a personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Not running into the kicker, roughing the kicker. That's a personal foul. That's
automatic first
well, it's
down.
15 yards, so it brings it from the 10-yard line out to the 20. It was inside the 10, so it looks like it's on the 21-yard, maybe the 27-yard line. It is. All right, let's get situated here. 27-yard line would be 1st and 10 for East Brunswick. Officials are blowing the thing, get the Bears back on the field. Piscataway's left the field. That's the end of the quarter. What is he saying?
Yeah,
the quarter cannot end on a penalty?
On a defensive penalty. I know the game can. I guess the third, any quarter can't either. I guess
right.
that might be what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. So there's no time on the clock. There was a penalty against Piscataway, roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, gives the Bears a first down and an untimed play.
Yeah, it made me think of, for those football fans, the Browns-Chiefs game last week where the game was over, but the guy, the defensive player, threw his helmet.
Yeah, same kind of situation. Mineta's in motion, sucks Piscataway in. Bobby Mineta spins off, and the ball is loose. Oh, don't tell me. They haven't signaled.
I think they're,
Piscataway ball.
yeah.
Bobby Mineta tried to get a little extra yards there after he got hit and left his feet. It looked like the ball was knocked out of his hands onto the ground. Recovered by Piscataway. We didn't see the number, who it was, unfortunately. Maybe you could see it on your screen. But that's the end of the third period with the Chiefs up 21-0. East Brunswick a little down after having that touchdown nullified.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You go from 21-7, you're back in the ball game a little bit to getting the call back. That's tough for any team, let alone a high school team here fighting hard to get back in the game, and unfortunate penalty called on them there.
Excuse me. Take it just a second, Rich.
Well, it looks like start of fourth quarter here. Bears need to get a stop here to start the fourth quarter and just keep competing out here. It might be a lost cause here. They're down 21-0. It's going to be tough to come back against a talented Piscataway team like this, but you got to keep playing here. Long season. It's only the first game of the year, so got to have a little pride here and see what they can do.
Okay, that's a tough turnover. They get a bad break, then they get a roughing the kicker, get a first down, move the ball a little bit, and then Mineta trying to get a little extra, fumbles the football, so Piscataway is right back in action here. Penalty, flag on the play, passes up intended for.
Now that's pretty surprising, throwing the ball there. 3 guys there, you're up 21-0. Not sure what they're trying to do there.
Well, I think they're trying to say we can do about anything we want to do here. The ball was pass was intended for Eric Young, number 24. 3 East Brunswick defenders around him, but Young was able to get his hands on that ball back there. Nice leaping ability. Penalty is against Piscataway. We'll get the mark off. Procedure penalty?
Yeah, I think that's what
it's
it was.
It's a 5-yard mark off against the Chiefs. Move it back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 for Piscataway at the East Brunswick 35-yard line. We're just underway here in the fourth period, and the Bears are trying to hang on and keep this respectful. Number 10 is the new quarterback. Craig Rawls keeps the ball and brings it ahead for about 15 yards. Close to the first down, stopped by Mineta. Well, coach did pull his first quarterback out of there. Brandon Renkard had a nice game, played very well for Piscataway, number 12, and now Craig Rawls is on.
It looks for Piscataway, if Renkard goes down, Rawls looks like a pretty good backup too.
He's pretty quick there. We just showed us some quickness. We'll see how he handles the team and the ball. We're going to see some substitutes here, and we'll be calling those names the best we can. We got Thompson as the fullback, I think, number 20. Yep, he's going to get the football. He was a little anxious. I saw him picking that hand off the ground, but I guess the official didn't see it. Let's head for the first down inside of the Bears 15 to the looks like about the 13-yard line, Rich.
Yeah, Mariski and a couple other Bears on the stop there. Finally got him down.
Finally got him down. Okay, just about 10.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rawls at quarterback. Thompson is the fullback. Barber at number 2 is the tailback. He is going to get the ball, and he puts his head down, and somebody took quite a whack there. That was number 3, Frank Camella. He took a head-on whack from Barber inside the East Brunswick 10-yard line to the 6, where it'll be 2nd and 3 for the Chiefs. I'm sure he's he felt that. We
Might
saw
have
him
to
before the
work
game
the-
over here. It looked like he got hurt in warm-ups.
Right, yeah.
It looked like he
Ankle or
stretched
something.
an ankle or
Right.
maybe a calf muscle or something. But he's out there 100%, took a pop there. Up the middle. Thompson on the carry, stopped by Alexander. Inside the 5, just inside the 5, it'll bring up a third down, third and about 4. Maybe 4.5. Be nice for the Bears to be able to hold here, Rich.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments that you were talking about, maybe a defining moment, if you will, where you got to suck it up. You're behind 21-0. You certainly don't want to give up an easy one. So you got Rawls right here. Outside, Thompson cuts it back in. Danilenko had to contain.
Yeah, he did the right thing there.
He did exactly the right thing. He contained him, forced him back into the middle, and unfortunately there was nobody there with a green jersey that was able to bring down Thompson, and he was able to go unmolested into the end zone for the Chiefs, raising that score to 27-0. We have the Piscataway kicker, Matt Volova on for the Chiefs. Sean Mohan on the hold. Kick is up and good. He does kick him deep. He's quite a leg. I think he could probably make a field goal if he could get it between the posts from about 30, 35 yards out.
I think you're right. In especially high school football and anywhere, that's an extra benefit for the Chiefs as they play this season, have a good field goal kicker.
That can be quite a weapon coming down to the end, and if you have that opportunity to go for a field goal and win it that way, win it any way you can. We're at 8:44 in the fourth quarter here at J. Doyle Field. The opening contest for the 2002 Bears. They're kind of taking a little bit of a thumping here, although we've seen a lot of bright things for East Brunswick this evening. I'm impressed with Mariski. Is certainly a tough young man. Bobby Mineta. Robinson had shown some very good quickness.
Right.
Having that touchdown, that pass from Mariski to Mineta called back hurt. It doesn't bother. It's not going to make a difference on the scoreboard, I don't think.
Right.
But for the psychic, sometimes that can play a role.
Yeah, you're right. Like you said, they kind of have just not been able to recover from that.
Yeah, we got Matt Volviva on here to kick, and Mineta and Robinson back deep. Let's see where he can put it. He's got a nice leg. He drops it back there about the 4-yard line, taken by Mineta. He comes right up the gut. Nice run, hard run by Mineta. Stopped by number 14. I guess it's that was a kicker.
He got down there quick.
Oh, I looked up and I see 14 coming up off the ground, and he runs back and gets the tee and brings it off the field. And Mariski's back on for the Bears at quarterback. Again, a tough young man, quite a competitor, and we'll see if he can generate a little bit of offense here for the Bears. Bears still with their starting offensive line. Alan Grossholtz, number 62 at center. McCarthy and Correa at the guards. Arshad and Campbell at the tackles. Handoff,
Yeah, I think
actually the keeper by Mariski, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of, it looks like about 5, Rich.
Yeah, I think actually he was looking to pass there, but once again, he really didn't have time to set his feet and look downfield there. So
It's kind of hard to throw the ball when you're on your back. That's one thing I would say that the Bears are going to have to figure out how to do, is pass block a little bit. 17 Schultz on for the Bears at wide to the left, full house in the backfield. handoff up the middle to Robinson. He cuts it to the left side, comes wide, still on his feet, is brought down by a couple of Piscataway tacklers, number 42.
Chris Lamont.
We've called that number before.
And I think his brother helped him out a little there too, Calvin Lamont, number 32. So.
Well, the Lamont brothers got a lot of quickness because Robinson's no slow turtle himself. He can move it.
Exactly.
Okay, that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for East Brunswick at their own 26-yard line, just across the 25. Direct snap, shotgun, pass thrown out by Mariski intended for Robinson, number 23. A little bit long, but it was he was open, and Mariski did a pretty good job, I thought, of getting it out there, just unable to make the connection. And it's got to bring up a punting situation for East Brunswick. Looks like number 25 for the Bears on to punt,
Douglas File.
Doug File, who has alternated this evening, has punted before for the Bears. And hopefully we'll see what he can do here, get one off. We got 2 deep for Piscataway. File's punt is up and good. He's down here across the midfield. Fair catch by number 24.
Eric Young there.
Eric Young. And Piscataway will possess the football here in the 4th quarter with 6:53 remaining and put it in play from their own 48-yard line.
I tell you, Piscataway has a lot of weapons.
Yes, they do. And one of their weapons is on the field here with their second-team quarterback, or co-starter, as one of the injured Piscataway players were up here helping us out before the game. And he said, well, you know, one time this one starts. And so I guess they're co-starters, and this is 10 Rawls and a handoff to number 3.
Ian Foster.
Uh-oh. Ian is quick. Ian got drilled out of bounds over there. I don't know who hit him, but they drove him out of bounds. Looked like Robinson, Chris Robinson, along with number 3, Frank Camella.
Yeah, if they got the program right here, Foster is only 5'2", 135, so even though he's small, he's got some quickness there.
Ooh, he is quick. I guess it's Forrester, right? F-O-R-R-E-S-T-E-R?
Right.
Forrester. Okay, nice run. Mariski coming off the field. Bears trying to get a substitution on. Snap is off up the middle to 42.
That's Chris Lamont.
Chris Lamont carries the ball for the Chiefs. Alexander along with number 11.
Heard that number a little bit tonight.
Alex Danilenko. Danilenko must have 25 tackles. He has been in anything close to that line of scrimmage, he seems to get a piece of it. Okay, Rich, we got 2nd and about 6, I guess, or 5 from the 6-yard line. Let's see what they got motion coming this way. Young in motion. That's the little guy with the football. Number 3, Forrester. He got a nice block, was able to get ahead for about a gain of about 2 yards. Now the ball is on the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for the Chiefs. And it looks like they can get a 1st down just before that. Yeah, it looks like about the length of the football. Not that that's going to be a factor. But the Bears would certainly like to shut this play down. Rawls at quarterback, I formation. Pitch goes to the handoff to the up man, number 45 for Piscataway.
Jamar Jenkins there.
Jamar Jenkins up the middle. Bears are unable to bring him down.
Dragged a couple people in there.
He grabbed a couple people in there, and I see Alexander, number 44, one of the captains, kind of putting his hands, telling the signal that, hey guys, let's suck it up here and get this get this thing over with without any further damage to the egos.
Exactly.
All right, we have Piscataway on the same holder, Sean Mohan, number 96, is going to hold for Matt Volviva, and almost blocked. Looked like Mineta, but kick is up and good. That makes it 35-0. Piscataway with 5 minutes remaining, and the Bears coming off the field a little bit with their head down, and you'd kind of expect that a little bit. Danilenko is and Robinson are the last two off there. Don't seem to be any hurry to get off, and I was looking at Danilenko limping a little bit.
Yeah, it looks a little bit. He's favoring maybe one of his ankles a little bit, something.
But you know what happens? If the score was 35-0 the other way around, that might not hurt at all.
Right, you're right.
You know, when you're on the long side of the score as opposed to the short side, certainly things have a different point of view.
Right.
We have back deep for the Bears, Robinson and Mineta, along with Bobby Ayala and Danilenko, number 11, on the other side. Again, to kick off for Piscataway is Matt Volviva. Whistle sounds, the official marks it ready for play. Kick is up. Down to Mineta at the 10-yard line, straight ahead.
Oh,
Flips
no.
the ball.
Oh, no.
Ball got flipped out, picked up by Piscataway by number 7. Number 7 for Piscataway is Trevor Dash. And he picked up the ball that Mineta. Officials are trying to decide if they're going to let him advance that ball.
Looks like we're getting some.
Well, there's some discussion here by the officials. If that ball was batted forward, it didn't look like it. It was knocked out of Mineta's hand and popped up, and number 7 Dash was able to pick it up. Timeout Piscataway. They're going to make some wholesale substitutions, I believe. They're going to get the ball as it was returned by Dash to the 24-yard line. Bobby Mineta is a tough guy and a hard-nosed young man, but he's got to hang on to that football, Rich.
Yeah.
You can't allow that thing to just be knocked out. You know you're going to get, especially the game's out of reach here, so guys are going to be swiping at the football.
Right, get two hands on it, or, you know, it looked like he had the ball on his right hand there, you know, and he was going to the left there, get the ball on the outside, so it's tougher for the defender to get it out, but...
Absolutely, that's a good point. As you saw Mineta coming towards the camera, actually, towards the home side of the field, he had the ball in his right hand and really should have it in that left side where you got your body to protect it a little bit.
Right. Looks like we got some substitutions, too.
Well,
for
we
the
got a
East
lot of
Brunswick D.
substitutions here for Piscataway. We'll do our best to give you some of the names and the numbers. East Brunswick is also has a number of clean jerseys out there. Let's see what we can pick up.
It's like 31's.
13
line.
is the quarterback, hands off to 25. 13, Rich, is Chris Almazan
Right.
for Piscataway.
Looks for East Brunswick. We got number 72. Well, he's been in there, Michael McCarthy. We got number
84 just going on here for the Bears. Aaron Horace. We'll do the best we can to give you the names.
number 31 I see for East Brunswick there. That's a new face, Jeffrey Heilman, in there.
Right, Jeffrey Heilman, the 31. Piscataway is in the I formation with a split to the left. Number 13, the quarterback. Bears in a almost in a 4-5 setup with two back deep rather. nice play by the Bears. Number 84 was in there on that tackle.
Right.
Aaron Horace.
Along with Dan Fessel there also.
Dan Fessel also in on the tackle. A loss on the play for Piscataway. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 12.
Both those guys are on the basketball team also, Aaron Horace and Dan Fessel.
That's right, I remember those names. Okay, it'll be 3rd down for Piscataway. They have 2 wide in an I formation. A little bow in the line on this side. Handoff, nope. Handoff to number 25. Initially tipped up by 88, I think, of the Bears.
Yeah.
But there is no 88, so maybe it's 98. Sean O'Keefe. He got a little bit of an ankle and was able to knock Piscataway runner off balance. It is 98. Okay, we're down to 2:45 remaining. It's a 4th down for Piscataway. They need to hurry up here. They only have 25 seconds to get it in play.
Right.
I mean, there's no hurry to get it in play, but they don't want to get a penalty, I'm sure. Okay. Bears are in their 4-man front motion. Across the formation. Handoff up the middle, drop the ball. And that's number 3, the little guy, Ian Forrester, who carried the ball, knocked down by
Camelo and
54 also was in on that. Cameron Arshad for East Brunswick, and they'll take over on downs. It's interesting. Now I'm going to just make a comment. What did you see on that play?
in terms of East Brunswick or
well,
Piscataway?
Well, no, in terms of Piscataway and East Brunswick for that matter.
I think Piscataway looked a little bit careless there, and
okay.
You know, East Brunswick was able to eventually stop him there. Did you see something there?
Yeah, I saw the little guy there, number 3, Ian Forrester.
Right.
Remember when he got the ball before?
Right.
He was in there with the first team.
Right.
And he scanned, boom, boom, boom. He was like lightning out there, and there he goes. He was almost down in the end zone.
Right.
He made a heck of a nice run. Now he's in here with the, I guess, the JV line and so forth, and he got the ball, and it was
didn't have that same look. Right.
There wasn't a hole there, and East Brunswick did a nice job of blocking that and plugging the hole up and bringing him down. Okay, got number 12 at quarterback for the Bears. Nice.
Yeah, look, John Warnicki. Hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, Warnicki. Very nice handoff. He fakes the pass. And gain of about, it looks like about 4 or 5 yards for East Brunswick. They'll bring the ball up to the 37-yard line, where it'll be second
about 6.
6, yeah. Full house backfield. Forrester hands the ball off to the left side. Number 27 on the carry, Rich.
Brian Ackerman.
A gain of about 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Bears. We're just about at the 1-minute mark. And Warnicki calling the play, which he came to the sidelines, Coach Borden giving the play. That's Sean O'Keefe resetting to the right side as the tight end, pitches back to the short side. Again, carried by Brian Ackerman.
Stopped there by number 81, Kevin Hopkins for Piscataway.
Right, he will be short. Nice blocking out there on the part of Mike McCarthy, number 72, who's played pretty much this whole football game.
And he hasn't stopped playing.
No, and he hasn't. And he's played hard, and he was out there trying to get a last-minute block to maybe spring it back. And to his credit, and he's one of the captains, and I'm sure that's why he's designated as one of the leaders of this team. Okay. Hand off to number 3, Frank Camella, up across the 40 to the 44-yard line, where it'll be first down for East Brunswick with 7 seconds remaining. So this one's in the books. As soon as the chains are set, the clock will run, and the Bears will not run another play. So the final score is going to be Piscataway 35, East Brunswick nothing. I know Piscataway is real happy and jumping up and down on the other side of the field. And the Bears dejectedly walking out to dejectedly walking out to the center of the field to congratulate Piscataway. And certainly a beautiful evening here at J. Doyle Field. Unfortunately, what can you say? Quite simply, from my observation, Rich, and I'm interested to hear how you saw it, but Piscataway was just better than East Brunswick. I mean, there's a time to admit that, and they were quicker, certainly bigger, and they executed. And what can you say?
Yeah, I think you make a good point. East Brunswick's got to realize that they might not be the most talented team in the county, but they have to do the little things out there and capitalize on a couple opportunities that they had. And it's going to be tough for them. They're going to have play some good teams this year, and they've just got to execute and do the little things like we were talking about. Make sure they have their blocking assignments down, and defensively, everyone's got to get after the ball. So it's going to be a tough year, but I think they have the tough enough guys and enough pride that they can bounce back from this and hopefully, compete in their next game against Edison.
Okay, I mean, and then that really is a key phrase, it's called pride. If you have pride in yourself as an athlete, I think you're going to see East Brunswick come back and win some football games this year. Next week, right here, TV3 will be here next week at 7 o'clock against Edison, and we're very hopeful that pride at East Brunswick pride will come to the front and bring the East Brunswick a victory next week against the Eagles. So again, Rich, thank you very much for joining me this evening, and it's certainly been enjoyable. We wish the score was 35-0 in favor of East Brunswick, but that's not the way it came out this evening. And we invite all of our listeners to continue to watch EBTV3 for East Brunswick High School sports throughout the fall, winter, and the spring season. And thank you very much, and good evening.